Call today for your free quote or visit us at mysteryantenna.com.
By the time I found out that she was up for adoption, she was dead set on, no, I need to just be realistic about my life and what my future holds.
That's when she came to me and she said, would you be interested in us adopting you? I didn't think that I would have a family again. I didn't think that I would go to college. I didn't think that I would have love. And with that, I just feel like my world is just so much brighter.
We are celebrating President's Day all month long at Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. Every single vehicle in inventory is slashed to incredibly low prices. You can save thousands. The ear of the dealership must ring with the voices of the people, and the people want savings. Savings like on the Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab with over $8,000 in available rebates or 1.9% financing for 60 months. The truth will set you free, like with free financing for 36 months on the 2022 Jeep Compass Latitude or $4,000 in rebates. I cannot tell a lie. That's some incredible savings. In any moment of decision, the best thing to do is the right thing. And the right thing is to come on down to Saida Trudeau and save now. You could save up to $4,500 on a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Overland or $4,000 cash back on a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Come to Saida Trudeau for President's Day event going on all month long.
Your original local hometown dealer, we want only to be the best.
Secure your family while you're home or away. Monitor your home with cameras, burglar, smoke, and fire alarms 24/7, 365 days a year. Provide yourself with a peace of mind by using your smartphone or computer. You can monitor your home anytime or anywhere. Let Mastercraft Electronics install security your family deserves. Call Mastercraft Electronics today. Secure your home or business. 775-990-4896. Mastercraft Electronics is licensed and bonded. 1 month free alarm monitoring when you sign up for service. Mastercraft Electronics, 775-990-4896.
The hardware store that has it all. Pahrump Rentals and Do It Best Hardware. Quality tools including a massive channel lock product line, plumbing, indoor and outdoor growing supplies, custom hydraulic hoses, custom paint matching, key cutting. And we're more than just hardware. A huge hobby and art department, homeopathic remedies, Myers Natural Cleaning Products, Duke Cannon men's products, gourmet nuts and licorice, local honey and bee pollen, and all kinds of unique gifts. Shop local, everything. If you don't see it, we can get it at Pahrump Rentals and Do It Best Hardware.
Hi, Norma Jean here with an important real estate update. Beware of anyone calling to tell you about the Homeowner Benefits Program. They call and offer you money that you'll never have to repay, and you agree to sell your home with their company. This is a listing contract that lasts for 40 years, that runs with the land. This has affected 34 homeowners in Pahrump. Please call an attorney before signing anything like this. For more information, give us a call at Realty Executives, 775-727-5858.
Mom's Diner, the heart of Pahrump, is open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Something fun is always happening here, from the arrival of classic antique cars to watching the diner enjoy a Momstrosity burger. The food is so good, you'll think they stole your mama. Mom's Diner is open daily from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 1242 East State Street, number 100. Dine in or take out. Call 775-751-9929.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Today is Monday, February 27th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, an elderly man is found deceased inside a home following a structure fire on Pahrump South Side over the weekend. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue's Fire Chief Scott Lewis says the investigation is underway as to the cause of fire and the cause of death.
Saturday afternoon, we were dispatched for a report of white smoke showing from a one-story single-wide manufactured dwelling. It was initially unknown if the structure was on fire, but the reporting parties were indicating they could see white smoke in the area of some of the windows and doors. Crews responded with a structure assignment. They arrived on location and in fact found that they had a working fire within. They breached the door and they found just really a smoke condition throughout the residence, and it appeared that the majority of the fire was self-extinguished. There was some fire found on the underside of the structure that they continued to fight. Unfortunately, during their searches within the residence, because the status of the occupants was unknown, they found a person who had apparently passed away within the fire, and that was obvious. So we went right into an investigative phase directly after the fire was placed under control. So the fire is under investigation with the Sheriff's Office, the Deputy State Fire Marshal, and Prompt Fire Rescue, and is yet to be determined, but they're looking at a probable accidental ignition source. There was no animals or other occupants within the structure, and the dog was secured by the Sheriff's Office. There was a family member that split some time at this residence and a Las Vegas-based resident, and that person said that the occupant should have been at home at the time of the fire. We're looking at a common room area at the front of the residences where we're looking at a potential area of origin. The fire was held to that front room. It did not spread throughout the structure. It's yet to be determined through an autopsy.
And a lithium battery pack that ignited prompted police and fire to respond to the Holiday Inn Express Sunday morning for a report of a room fire.
We were dispatched the 800 block of South Highway 160 for the report of a structure fire. As our crews arrived, they found nothing showing from the exterior, but commencing the interior investigation, they found a light smoke condition in a hallway, and as they went to a specific room, they found a moderate smoke condition within that room. That room was not used for an occupancy. It was used for equipment storage for a company that was operating out here in Pahrump. And apparently that there was a lithium-ion battery pack that ignited. Again, there was no occupants in the room at the time. The smoke detectors activated, gave the staff the alert, and they took all the appropriate actions to make sure everybody was safe and notified 911 immediately. So they used a dry chem extinguisher, which was hanging in a cabinet in that same hallway, almost directly across from the room. They went in there and discharged that dry chem on the fire and extinguished it. We had to be careful because just knowing the history of lithium ion, just because they appear extinguished doesn't necessarily mean that's the case, and it could be thermal runaway. So we removed all that suspect material to the outside and secured it. So the ventilation was conducted in a two-phase. The first one was to remove the residual light smoke condition in that common hallway, and we utilized a means, instead of positive pressuring it and bringing the air into the environment, we drafted the air of the smoke out through the end of the hall. The second method that was used was near the window in the room. We used that same fan, exhausted the smoke to the outside, and to the point where we could go in and complete the investigation and ensure that the fire was extinguished, which it was. The smoke did not enter the rooms on either side of that, so there was no other life safety. We did assess one patient, a guest who presented to our medics on the exterior of the building, and they were subsequently transported to Desert View Hospital for a chief complaint of possible smoke inhalation, some respiratory distress. We're finding more and more lithium-ion related fires across the country, so if you're charging them, make sure that you don't charge them when somebody's not around. Make sure there's no personal property stored around those materials, and keep checking on them and be prepared for a fire event.
And a driver says that she may have suffered a seizure this morning right before she crashed her car into a tree on Mans Road. News 25 has learned that the female driver and her child are doing okay. She was taken by personal vehicle to the hospital after declining medical transport from the scene.
We had a single vehicle, motor vehicle accident today on Mans Road. It ended up being a car versus a tree. There was 2 occupants in the car at the time. It was initially reported that one was mechanically entrapped. As we arrived on location, the child that was in an appropriate car seat in the rear was already moved out to the outside and was in the care and custody of a parent. The driver, the door was pried open by bystanders. We had good access. Initially, that driver refused medical treatment. There were reports that the driver was unconscious. However, upon our arrival, the patient was conscious but not completely oriented. Based on the initial reports, car versus tree, with an unconscious person, As a precautionary measure, we made sure that we were prepared in the event that we had to fly that patient to trauma.
And more news on the other side of this break.
Now is the time. Get off your seat and into the beat of fitness for just $10. We offer everything you need at our hometown gym, and most plans are just $10 a month. Plus, there are no long-term commitments required. We have tons of options: yoga, high and low impact cardio classes, circuit training, and new innovative classes to keep you motivated. With 15,000 square feet of fitness, we are the largest full-service gym in Pahrump. Get started today. Come and see us at Fitness 410.
If you hired some attorney you've never heard of based upon the recommendation or a phone call from someone in a hospital or a tow truck driver or even that attorney himself, he may have committed a crime. You've done nothing wrong, and you may be entitled to get all your attorney's fees back. Call us today.
LV.net provides fast, reliable internet at a fair price. We're a locally operated company and have proudly served the city of Las Vegas since 1994. At LV.net, we're your friends and neighbors, so you can be confident that you'll always get the best customer service. Our team is available 24/7, 365. There's no credit checks, no hidden fees, no data caps, and we will never raise your rates. LV.net is your hometown internet service provider. Don't forget, call LV.net at 702-9-MINUTE. That's 702-900-0000.
Over the years, you pay your insurance. But the minute you're in a car wreck, the insurance companies treat you like a crook.
Don't be bullied by the insurance companies. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
This President's Day weekend, save some Benjamins at the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza with below MSRP pricing on nearly every new Chevy, Buick, and GMC in stock. And don't miss your chance to maximize your trade-in value with an additional $1,000 in Auto Plaza trade-in bonus value during this event. That's an extra $1,000 over and above the appraised value. Get as low as 2.99% APR or receive no payments for up to 120 days during this sale. GM is offering this rate on nearly every new Chevy car, truck, and SUV in stock, and many of these vehicles also qualify for additional factory cash back. Our inventory is back and more is on the way. So if you're looking for the right time to get your next new or used vehicle, stop by the Auto Plaza today. 2.99% APR and approved credit for 60 months. Must finance through GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. See dealer for complete details.
Your Watch 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, as you know, we're coming off of a little bit of a crazy weekend. Traffic was closed over the Highway 160 pass to Las Vegas for a couple of hours while the Nevada Department of Transportation snowplows cleared the snow and treated that roadway to make it safer for travelers. Many drivers chose to utilize the U.S. Highway 95, which had a lot of snow as well. 2 crashes during a short period of time caused traffic to stop. Fire Chief Scott Lewis tells us about those incidents.
So there's 2 separate accidents occurring within an hour of each other in the evening hours. One was reported around mile marker 10, the other one was at 13. The 10 was a report of a semi-truck left its lane of travel and forced the car into a rock wall and subsequently rolled that vehicle several times. The semi-truck apparently did not stop and continued northbound. Bystanders who are actually from Pahrump, who were diverted from 160 closure, observed or witnessed the accident and reported it, and NSS and Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue managed the scene. About an hour later, we were dispatched a report of a 1-vehicle rollover with entrapment just north of that accident scene. It was confirmed that one person was mechanically entrapped, and NSS and Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue together extricated that patient and transported that patient to the hospital. Slow and cautious. You know, the incidents are going to continue to happen. We have to respond to them. But we do everything that's necessary to maintain the safety of the crews, and if we have a patient on board, to make sure they're safe as well. So it's slow and just be extremely careful. Obviously, you know, the pass was a totally different animal. It was blizzard-like conditions up there, and so we suspended certain operations going over the pass due to safety. And then, of course, you know, there's still incidents occurring which, you know, require responses. We were fortunate we didn't have anything major going on up on top of the mountain, but then we did on the 95. But yes, everything was the Desert View Hospital. Yeah, it was shut down for an unknown period of time, but obviously it was shut down and we suspended those certain services to make sure it was safe.
Well, we told you about the 2 new additions to the Nye County Sheriff's Office on Friday. Sheriff Joe McGill is proud to welcome the K-9 officers to the team.
We recently, back in September of 2022, purchased 2 narcotics dogs, 2 dogs to be trained as narcotics dogs. The first one is Noe. She is a Belgian Malinois, 1-year-old. And the other is Loki, a male lab, 2 years old. These 2 dogs were purchased back, like I said, in September of 22, and just last week were finished their college courses, if you will, and they are now certified narcotics detection canine dogs for the Sheriff's Department. A dog is going to give you the indication that there is the presence of an odor of narcotics. The dog can't tell you, hey, Dad, there's a whole lot in here, or there's just a little bit in here. The dog tells you it's here. Now is when the investigative work comes in by the deputy and the searching of a residence or a vehicle in this case. And after the search is completed, then they make the determination as to whether there's going to be any charges or not. The handlers receive training, and the training that the handlers get is to place the dog in a position of downwind so that the odor is coming from the source to the location of the dog, and then the dog tracks that wind pattern to the source of the odor. Dogs' noses are amazing. They can find the most minuscule amount of whatever it is they're trained to detect. And they're just another fantastic tool that we can use for our Sheriff's Department. The handlers, we have 2 recently certified handlers, Deputy Cody Murphy and Deputy Mendez. They are both committed to going through this process, learning more about handling the dogs, and I think that they're going to be a very good asset for us here. Deputy Rumker, he was certified by Utah Post Commission, and he was certified in April of 2022, and he is our certified trainer for our narcotics dogs. We do have 2 dogs that it is our plan in the very near future to get these 2 dogs certified. One of those 2 is Noe, the Belgian Malinois, and the other dog that we have is Deputy Rumker's dog, Charlie. That is also a Belgian Malinois, and it's our plan in the near future to send Deputy Rumker to Utah to receive training as an instructor for patrol canine work, and then he will then bring that training back to our department and be our certified trainer. They are trained for deputy protection, handler protection, meaning that if the deputy who is the canine handler is attacked by a suspect, that dog will come to his defense. They're also trained for apprehension and bite work in the patrol setting. These dogs that we have now are only trained for narcotics detection, so they have not received the training for patrol bite work. Search for suspects in vehicle pursuits, foot pursuits. If we have a commercial burglary of a closed business, residential burglary, we can send the dog in, and the dog will initially contain that suspect, but if it becomes necessary, the dog will apprehend that suspect.
More news right after this break.
Horizon Markets are a one-stop shop for convenience. Are you wanting to enjoy a hot cup of coffee and a pastry? Needing some fuel? Or want a simple refreshment or snack? Come visit one of our 6 Horizon Market locations near you. We also have the loosest slots around town with over $1 million in payouts. you will get Pahrumph's hometown value, where convenience and low prices meet. So no matter who you are, you'll find your horizon in Pahrump.
Do you have dust streaks around your vents? Gunny's Air Conditioning has the newest and best duct cleaning equipment RotoBrush has to offer. It will brush and vacuum the inside of your ducts while videoing the entire process so you can see the before and after. Gunny's Air Conditioning does all of your indoor air quality needs, duct cleaning and UV lights. So call Gunny's Air Conditioning at 775-727-6800. License number 78175.
Attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law here. If you've been in an accident, don't feel like you're alone. Give our offices a call today at 727-9900. We have a dedicated team in Pahrump as well as Las Vegas. My team and myself have helped hundreds of people just like you with their personal property damage and their injuries, and we want to help you. So please call us at 727-9900. Once again, that's J.K. Nelson Law at 727-9900.
Hi, Norma Jean here with an important real estate update. Beware of anyone calling to tell you about the Homeowner Benefits Program. They call and offer you money that you'll never have to repay, and you agree to sell your home with their company. This is a listing contract that lasts for 40 years, that runs with the land. This has affected 34 homeowners in Pahrump. Please call an attorney before signing anything like this. For more information, give us a call at Realty Executives, 775-727-5858.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, Nye Communities Coalition is going to get about $38,000 to assist them with the public health assistance and public homelessness assistance, and that is care of the American Rescue Plan Act, approved by the Board of County Commissioners.
Nye Communities Coalition, under the Nye County ARPA Recovery Plan and Policy, requested funds for public health assistance and public homeless assistance in the amount of $37,728.02.
Today I'm presenting a request for homeless funding through the ARPA. I'm requesting $37,728.02. To reduce homelessness in Nye County. We're providing access to income and health care benefits for eligible individuals with disabilities that prevent or limit a person from working. With this funding, we'll be able to fund 50% of the wages for, and now this is a really long abbreviation, a SOAR benefit specialist, which means Supplemental Security Income / Social Security Disability Insurance, Outreach, Access, and Recovery. They can actually specialize their assistance specific to the situation by focusing on the most relevant impairments that are preventing that individual from working, prioritizing medical appointments and such. All of this comes together to lead to greater success for these individuals to access these services that they're eligible for. Another success story, about a year ago, I was working with a client with severe mental illness, significant physical impairments, co-occurring disorders, criminal justice involvement, and we were able to work with them starting from that criminal justice setting, and we're able to procure the documentation and the medical records needed to submit that application, and we're able to actually schedule phone calls within that criminal justice setting so that they could actually start that process and move forward. After release, within 45 days, that individual is receiving their benefits. That person is now actively receiving mental health services, has been stably housed in a one-bedroom unit here locally for over a year, is now over 2 years sober with no further criminal justice involvement, because we were able to come around and attach that financial piece through programs like this.
I'd like to call for the vote, please.
Aye.
Oskovich. Voting aye. Jabor's aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Thank you. Go do good things for these folks. Appreciate your help.
Dr. Matthew Sacco, a psychologist of Cleveland Clinic, says, if you've never had a self-care routine, now may be the time to start one. It can be beneficial for both your physical and mental health.
Self-care is anything that, kind of we deliberately kind of do, or maybe in some instances refrain from doing with our own well-being in mind. Anything that promotes our own physical, emotional, psychological, or spiritual well-being doesn't really have to be any more complicated than that.
Dr. Matthew Sacco is a psychologist for Cleveland Clinic. He says self-care should be intentional, meaning you should make sure to set time aside in your normal routine. It also doesn't have to be something demanding or expensive. Dr. Sacco says what does matter is that it makes you feel good or relaxed. Some examples could be going for a walk outside if you enjoy nature, taking a bubble bath, writing in your journal, socializing with friends, or meditating. It can also be something physical like working out or eating healthy. He says self-care is not about being selfish. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It allows someone to take some much-needed time for themselves.
So doing this kind of work thoughtfully, in a very planned way, it is absolutely a vital part of us as at an individual level being more effective in the world around us. And I will often say, especially to women, you got to be, it's the oxygen mask on the airplane analogy. They tell you that when you get on, you got to put it on yourself first before you help others.
And the doctor says developing a self-care routine can take time in some cases, especially if you're trying to get used to new habits. So don't feel pressured to meet a certain expectation or deadline.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, this is up at the top of the mountain, and you can see those snow clouds still out there working a little bit. I can hear the wind whipping. John's going to tell us what's in store for our forecast.
Have you thought of hanging your TV on the wall? Mr. Antenna has 10 years of experience hanging TVs from small to large TVs. Clean up the spaghetti wiring, create more space, and make your TV safer for the little ones. There are 2 mounting options, flat and articulating arm wall mounts. The favorite is the articulating arm for various viewing areas. Hiding your wires is also popular. Call today for your free quote or visit us at MrAntenna.com.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on the local BTV app, the app you need on your phone in 2023. You got to get that app on your phone. All right, Fernley, 41 degrees, 45 out there in Fallon. Carson City saw 36, and they were tied with the Goldfield. The weather twins, so cute together. 35 out in Goldfield. That makes you the cool spot. Congratulations. It doesn't happen much out in Goldfield. Beatty, 48 degrees. Amargosa, 56, the perennial hot spot, with Vegas close behind at 53. Out in Death Valley at 64 degrees. You managed to escape freezing temperatures. Congratulations. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at 50 degrees and rejoice. It was 52 just a little bit earlier. Winds out of the south at 20 miles per hour all day long. Kind of a bummer, but the sun rose, and that was good. 6:16, setting this evening, just a few minutes. Look forward at 5:37 under partly cloudy skies as we head to our low tonight of 32 degrees. Should be some beautiful colors in the skies in just a few minutes. Humidity at 64%. Kind of smells like rain, but maybe not tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. This whole week, though, look at all this wind, 15, 16 mile per hour gusts. Wednesday looks like we're going to get some rain and some snow is what they're calling for, falling out of the skies and going sideways to the tune of 17 miles per hour. That wind doesn't really abate throughout the week. However, Thursday and Friday, we get a couple of nice sunny days. Temperatures shooting up to 60 degrees by Sunday. That's starting to smell like spring. I like the trend. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, we'll see what Wednesday has in store. Looks like we might have some more snow there. And I'm liking that hairdo there, John, as well. All right, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, everyone. Take care.
Many things in a mother's life affect her pregnancy. You can help improve the health of mothers and babies in Nevada by completing a Pregnancy Risk Assessment Monitoring System, or PRAMS, survey from the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The survey asks new moms about their experience before, during, and after pregnancy. Responses are...
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell.